Either do the evaluation portion next, or we can do table topics. What do you think? Table topics?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll be your table topics master today. As I said, we're ad-libbing it today, and today's table topics subject is back to the movies. And everyone in the room is going to get to play. So what we'll do is everyone will have a topic to speak on, and then we can just kind of vote and see who the winner is. Just kind of play with it. So who's my first table topic speaker? Raise your hand. Let me give you a hint. The first one gets to pick which one they want. So you're at an advantage to go first. Anybody? Vicky, thank you.
On here? Okay.
All right. You get to choose between Matrix, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Iron Man, or Kill Bill.
Matrix. The
Matrix.
only one I watch.
Okay. Here's your question. Everybody know the Matrix, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Only the first one.
Red pill or blue pill? The blue pill lets you go back to living in the Matrix like you always have. The red pill gives you enlightenment, and you obviously have to understand the new world that you're about to dive into. Which do you pick and why?
Oh my. I can't remember that part in the movie. Okay. Blue pill and red pill. So the old Matrix, it just sounds like the comfort zone that we've always seen. You know, it might be very, very tempting. You know, everything is familiar. You know, you can go to that place to get your food, that place to watch the TV, maybe another Matrix too. But the red pill, new world, a lot of possibility, a lot of enhancement, a brighter future. Maybe you can find your partner for the tango. So I definitely will choose the red pill. So back to you, Toastmaster.
All right, Jim, you're next. Actually, I have 4 subjects, so 4 people. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Iron Man, or Kill Bill?
You pick. I have not seen either one of any of the movies.
Really?
No.
Oh, wow, this is going to be interesting then. All right, I'll give you Kill Bill.
Okay.
And I'll just tell you what the story is. It's about a woman who is murdered, or close to being murdered, by some people that she was very close to.
Okay.
And she came back with vengeance to
Kill Bill?
take them back, yes.
Okay.
Get back. So, you've been wrongly, gravely wronged by somebody very close to you. What do you do?
Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow members, go get them. Revenge is the key word here. I think that if I had that situation, I would probably have a tendency to want to make them wrong, make them suffer for what they did. Whenever you mess with Jim Hicks, there's a price to pay. And if this movie was probably patterned right after my makeup, my traits. They didn't ask me anything about the movie, but as I saw the movie, I said, yeah, that's Jim. He wants to get back at whoever wronged him. So when I looked at the movie and saw that this was the situation, I was just ecstatic. Because in fact, I even rushed with adrenaline as I watched the movie. Because of the fact that it just paralleled so well my response to someone who's done me wrong. So to answer your question, that is exactly what I would do. I don't do the turn the other cheek thing. Unless I'm going to, you want to turn the other cheek and I hit you over there too. But basically, I think that's what the movie was about. That was the intent. The power and the sophistication of revenge.
All right. Applause! Applause! What was it, Muppets show when he goes, applause, applause?
Yes.
All right, which one's next?
Okay, I'll take.
All right.
I wish I'd gotten Bill's Jim's question.
Yeah.
All right, you have two choices, Mr. and Mrs. Smith or Iron Man.
Iron Man,
All right.
although I never saw the movie.
Yeah.
That's why I would have preferred Jim's question.
Okay, you alone possess very powerful technology.
Huh.
What do you do with this power?
What do I do with this power? How many of you have seen the regular the weekly TV show, A Person of Interest? How many of you love that show? I love that show because the technology gives the star immense amount of power. He can predict when somebody is going to do something wrong, attempt to kill somebody, attempt to rob somebody, attempt to do enormous harm to society. If I was able to build such a machine, and perhaps even take the machine a bit further, where I can predict within enough time to find that someone and turn their life around so that there would not be this impact on society, I would feel that my living has not been in vain. Because just look around. Just look around. How many young people are falling over the cliff and doing things that are just destroying other people's lives? And when we take a closer look at those individuals, what we discover time and time again, that they were crying out for help from an early age. And there was just not that person to change their course, change their direction in life. So if I had the power to build that machine, to be able to predict that you or you or you would go in a different direction that would be of benefit to mankind, as I said, I would feel that my living has not been in vain.
Thank you. So we have a very vengeful person, a very socially responsible individual. For Fool, you want to do the last one, or with Joseph, which one?
You want to go?
Want me to
Sure.
guide you?
Go ahead.
Do you want me to?
It's stationary.
It's on?
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Well, you're stuck with Mr. and Mrs. Smith, because that's the last subject. Your spouse is secretly competing with you, and you find out about it. How do you handle that?
Well, I had some time to think about the question, and I haven't seen the story, but I will tell you what the story would be, or what the story is, from a point of view of someone who hasn't seen the movie. So you, in this rendition of the movie, you never see Mrs. Smith on screen. You only see Mr. Smith. And Mrs. Smith is working behind the scenes. And you follow the life of Mr. Smith. We do not know what Mrs. Smith looks like throughout the entire movie, but we know what Mr. Smith looks like. Mr. Smith has a Bluetooth headset in his ear, and it has a wire going back into his shirt. Has everybody here seen The Matrix? That is the Mr. Smith. And the movie Matrix doesn't give justice to the character of Mr. Smith. How he's been trying to build a career in the Matrix. And how his wife has been secretly colluding and trying to thwart his plans. And his wife was so cruel that she arranged for Mr. Smith's demise. In fact, she arranged for him to be hit by a subway train. It is a very sad story. It's a cautionary tale. Don't make greed and ambition something that drives you to cause absurd harm to people. Thank you, Mr.
That was a good tie into the Matrix there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had completely forgotten about Agent Smith.
Oh. I always think I've been information with a spoon. That when you look at it, you can make a spoon full.
Yeah, that was the little girl.
They spend the whole time explaining it. That's all I remember from Matrix.